interested in testing the perceived definitions and limits of what a camera is supposed to do, because if you test it, you're creating and provoking thought and a dialogue.
My work's exploring the boundaries between chaos and order, a constructed versus an observed landscape, imaginary versus real places, the layering of time, and new ways of image making. This process is not about the way I see, it's about the way a camera works.
I started cello at the age of 8 until the age of 18, decided not to go to music conservatory, and just found myself in a different path. While I played cello, I traveled a lot, and I wanted to document those experiences. And so I made a lot of photos on my off time while traveling. Those photos were later shown to some friends at the Guthrie, and the marketing director, Melody Bahan, at the time, brought me into her office and said, "You have something here, and I'd like you to meet Misha, our staff photographer."
This is a series of 3 print proofs that I'm still not happy with any. This is camera noise with car exhaust, illuminated with brake lights and dust.
It was exciting to see somebody go from 0 to 60 so fast. I've had a lot of students, and it takes people a while to catch on and be able to take the craft and bend it towards their art. He did that incredibly fast. And I love this. It's completely different. Thank you very much.
I worked for 2 seasons at the Guthrie as a staff photographer, and I was intimidated by Misha's fluency in knowing f-stops, exposure lengths, and decided, okay, I can problem solve and figure out my ratios in the parks. I was living with my grandmother who had Alzheimer's, who was asleep at night, and it was like free time for me. So I started walking at night, and I was borrowing cameras from friends, wearing them, cradling them, opening up the camera to time in a way that was opposite pretty much from the standard portrait photography that I needed to make for the marketing department at the theater.
The moon is stunning tonight.
That was really about finding my own voice as a photographer or as an artist. There was a surprise. There was a ponderous quality. They were sometimes ghost-like, moody, impressionistic oftentimes, very colorful. Nobody would believe me when I told them these were made at night. The people thought they had to be manipulated, and I didn't know enough about camera manipulation to even know how to do that at the time. Early experiments addressed the way the breathing body of the photographer could influence the exposure and introduce perhaps this idea of subjectivity. They aren't necessarily realistic. There's this borderline between what's there and what's not there, a constructed versus an observed landscape. Even though each element does exist in reality, they are not in this kind of proximity. They don't look like this necessarily. I'm drawing elements through my process and movement that record information in a deliberate, intended, experimental way. From the Urban Parkland series, I began to apply to residencies across the country and ended up spending 100 days in residency in 2012. At my first residency in Virginia, I had a lot of internal noise inside my head, asking myself, what am I going to make next? It's really dark here. There is not much ambient light. I thought about the parallel between my own internal noise and the camera noise that was going on inside the body of the camera, and immediately thought of linking the two as something that is a subject that we like to work through or we want to avoid, and instead I wanted to see it. I wanted to make a photograph of the inside of the camera while I was making a photograph. So it's just a black image that I hyperexpose to reveal the substructure of the kind of digital electrical process inside the camera body. It's the substructure that's really geeky, but I wanted to make it sexy, which is why it has lots of color. But the point isn't about variable blue, green, purple. It's about digital language code, really nuanced variations from one point to another.
Pull it back to 80%. So my work isn't realized until it's kind of in tangible form. The digital version, as much as I love it, isn't really what I share and how people will experience it. It looks good. This is a stack of proofs. I'm readying for an exhibition in January. It's for 8 images. It's a lot of work.
Are you happy with the bottom half?
Yeah, I think it's, my eye likes to stay and linger on the left. Do you think we should pump up this red? I know I've got it right when I keep looking at the image and I don't want to stop looking at it. That's what I'm going for. Ultimately, success means I want to keep looking at that.
A lot of people operate in the art world mechanically. He combines the craft and the mechanics with his soul and his heart, which is why I keep saying most of his pictures are poems to me. I can read anything into it, and today I see something, next day I see something else. There is a constant process of rediscovery in them. So I think he's got something going that nobody else does.
And I want to be unexpected with my shows. I want to offer what is not being anticipated. I want to be playful and continue to be curious in a technical way.